Allah Akbar.
You know, I want people to know that Muslims are not one-trick ponies.
And this brings me back to where I started from, Adams Center, All Dulles Area Muslim Society, a Muslim community organization based in Sterling, Virginia, around 27 miles from Washington, D.C. Just like Christians have their pastors and Jews have their rabbis, and people of other faiths take their guidance from their spiritual leaders, American Muslims take their guidance from their imams. And for Arsalan, inspiration has to come from someone like Imam Majid. Imam Majid, a well-respected Muslim imam, is admired by Jews, Christians, Quakers, Buddhists, and Hindus alike.
I'm a member of the largest organization deals with domestic violence and violence against women. Is an interfaith organization, member of their board. I was elected to be chairman of and I'm still a chairman of Faith Community in Action, largest interfaith organization. I'm the, member of the campus minister George Mason. Therefore, we do a lot of interfaith work, and to this chairmanship, a Jewish nominated me, and I was at the time I was the only Muslim in the organization of 100 people, and they voted for a Muslim to chair the organization. They didn't say that, oh, he's a migrant, he's black, he's Muslim. This is dominantly white, Christian, and Jewish organization. But what do? We do social service. Last winter, we made sure that no one in Fairfax County would die or freeze in the cold. We hosted them in the mosque and synagogue and churches, rotated until the winter was over, and now we have permanent locations for this.
Originally from Sudan, Imam Majid believes in saying what you feel and believing in what you say. He's also considered an interfaith leader amongst the followers of different faith groups in America. Arsalan and Imam Majid share the same goal of helping people understand the peaceful message of Islam, not the distorted version of some radicals.
How long have you known Arsalan?
I lost track even. It's been years since this area, since he was care, and I have seen him become more articulating his positions and understanding of politics, and I enjoy always. I email him when I see him on Orally and others news, where he do very well in representing Islam and Muslims.
How does it make you feel when you see him on the media, on the airwaves?
Actually, I'm 100% pro second generation Muslims, being in the front line. When I see second generation Muslims, highly educated, very articulate, very assertive in their identity, make me very proud, honestly.
Another amazing thing about you is that you are doing a radio show. Of course, I mean, with NPR. That's a huge name. How did you end up with NPR?
National Public Radio is one of the greatest media outlets in the United States of America. I've been on NPR several times, obviously, but I was, about a year ago, I was introduced to Michelle Martin, who is the host of NPR's show Tell Me More.
But tell me more about Tell Me More. What's the show all about?
Her show primarily deals with diversity and cultural issues. And so obviously in a post 9/11 America, you know, the whole issue of race in America is not a black and white issue anymore.
And because Arsalan has been providing a balanced view of Islam and Muslims in the US, therefore many people are closely following what he's doing.
You know, Michelle had been following, the work that I've been doing with Islamica and as a human rights lawyer, and thought that I would be a good addition to her barbershop segment, where every week 4 guys get together and we get to talk about everything from politics to pop culture to sports. And it really, the reason that I do it particularly is because I get to talk about everything. I get to talk about politics, I get to talk about basketball, I get to talk about rap. You know, I want people to know that Muslims are not one-trick ponies, that, you know, we don't only speak about Muslim issues or brown issues. And so, you know, again, helping to shatter the mold of what is perceived to be an American Muslim. That's one of the reasons that NPR is a wonderful home for some of the work that I do.
What do you think Arsalan particularly brings to the barbershop as an American Muslim? Or you wouldn't want to bring religion in the middle of this?
No, I think that religion is in it. And I think that if you're committed to diversity, if you're committed to surfacing the voices who are present in the American story, who need to be heard, then certainly I think you want to consider diversity in all its forms. But Arsalan is Arsalan. I mean, I think what he contributes to it is his own unique voice. And I would sort of hate to kind of put him in the category of, oh, he fulfills the slot. He doesn't. Arsalan is a member of our group just because he's a great talent who's got a lot to say. He's well informed on the issues. He's tough but fair. It's a cliche, but it's true. He's used to being in the public eye. In his previous life, before he became interested in journalism and editing for Islamica Magazine and being a commentator, that he was a member of a civil rights group, CARE, whose purpose was to sort of advocate for and lift up the voice of the American Muslim. And so he certainly knows how to do that, but he's a very well-rounded individual, and he knows about sports, he knows about politics, he knows about the culture. So we value him because he's a great voice and because he's got a lot to say. And the fact that he also has the added experience of being an American Muslim who can lift up the voice and the diversity of that experience is also something that we appreciate.
Did Michelle bring Arsalan to the show just because he is an American Muslim or because he is a well-rounded person?
No, because he's great.
Yeah.
He's great because he's funny, he's smart, he's up on the issues, he knows what he's talking about. I must tell you that one of the other attributes he has that's equally valuable is he's an attorney. And sometimes you want to fact check certain things. You know, it just so happens that a lot of issues come up in the news that are relevant to the criminal justice system. And he's kind of our in-house voice on that, on the civil rights issues, whether they're relevant to him as a Muslim or not. He's very conversant on those issues. And he's a crazy sports fan.
As an American Muslim, all that you talked about, it affects you.
Absolutely.
It's part of your life.
I mean, I'm the biggest Boston Celtics fan on the face of the earth.
I question his judgment and his allegiance to the Celtics, but it's not for me to censor him on something like that. It's what can I say? It's a blight on his otherwise stellar character.
But what about the critics of Muslims? People will say that yes, this one American Muslim is proving to be a beacon of hope and peace, a voice of reason for Islam. But at the same time, Muslims are also killing each other and killing others.
Now, some people watching this might raise a few questions like, here's an American Muslim talking about peace and nonviolence and love and compassion and affection. But on the other hand, we have some other Muslims who are blowing people up, blowing themselves up, atrocities against women, children.
Absolutely.
How would you address that?
Well, I think it's high time for Muslim public intellectuals and mainstream Muslim grassroots community around the world to help reclaim the message of Islam.
And to re-emphasize on that message of peace, we revert back to Arsalan's guide and spiritual mentor, Imam Majid.
Do you think people like Arsalan will eventually make a difference, or they'll be
He's already making a difference. He's already making a difference. How many people will listen to him? And there's millions of people in Orali perhaps they have changed their mind about Islam and Muslims. Therefore, those voices of Arsalan have already made change. It's a matter of time you see this change taking place. Don't underestimate the power of the words.